The day of the Lord will come like a thief, and then the heavens will vanish with a thunderous roar, and the elements will be destroyed with intense heat, and the earth and the works that are on it will be burned up. Since all these things are to be destroyed in this way, what kind of people ought you to be, leading lives of holiness and godliness, while you earnestly look for and await the coming of the day of God? For on this day the heavens will be destroyed by burning, and the elements will melt with intense heat. But in accordance with his promise, we expectantly await new heavens and a new earth, in which righteousness dwells. Peter's purpose in this reading is intended to be constructive, not frightening. He urges us to notice all the stuff and distractions that consume our time, money, and efforts, and encourages us to invest now in the really important things of life. Not so much in our outward appearance, but on what our characters are like. And the question he asks is, what kind of people ought we to be? What does it mean to lead a life of holiness and godliness? John Bell reflects on it in this way in his book, He Was in the World. Think of a cupboard. It's in the corner of your house, and you haven't opened it for a long time. Picture it. You stand facing it, trying to remember what is behind the door, knowing that it's full of stuff and clutter that needs your attention. Books from the past, old files, old clothes, things left over from childhood, all kept in a safe place. Because you cannot quite remember, and because there is time, you stretch out and touch the handle. You open the door. But the sight is different. The shelves are neatly stacked with cardboard boxes in attractive colours, many labelled, others not. You look at the labels and read the words printed on them. Paperwork. Filing. Outstanding errands, jobs to be done, complaints, unresolved conflicts, finances, shredding. There are yet more as you move your eyes along. You look at them and sense the weird attractiveness in it all. You lift one of the boxes and it's light. You reckon you could perhaps take 8 or 9 in your arms, so you choose which ones you'll take. You pile them in your arms. They come up to your chin and a bit above. You balance the boxes and with your foot, you shut the cupboard door. You're just thinking about where to put the boxes when the doorbell rings. Who could it be? You go to the window and you look outside. You can see people collecting money for charity, but you can't see if it is one of them at the door. You can't see the door. The doorbell rings again. You go to another window. You peer around the boxes and see a child on the other side of the street. The child trips, falls. The tears start and you want to help the child, but you're holding the boxes and there is someone at the door. You begin to panic. Where will you put them? They're getting heavier now, awkward to carry. You can't return them to the cupboard because you've shut it, and you can't put them in the hall because what would people think if they saw them? All this stuff that you have to do. The doorbell rings again and you feel you have to answer it. It might be important. You make your way to the door, watching your feet in case you stumble. As you get to it, the bell rings again. Almost in desperation, you say, "It's open." The handle turns. The door swings towards you. But you can't see who's standing there because the boxes are between you and the stranger. And just as if you feel like you don't know what to do, a warm, reassuring voice says, "I've come to take your boxes away." 2 hands relieve you of your burden, and you see, going away from you, the things that you were so keen to clutch not so long ago. All the things you had to do. You do not see the face of the stranger who has relieved you of your load. You only see their back. You stare as the stranger walks down the street and into the distance. You would stare longer, but something is pulling at your leg. You look down, and there on the doorstep is the little child with the scraped knee. You can help them now. Your hands are free. And you hear the words echo again. What sort of people ought you to be? Leading lives of holiness and godliness.
Before a word is on my tongue,